So the question that Sharon brought up was what's going on in the mind. And I go to a bigger perspective on this because there's a concept that we all know is in the hypnotic field as a prestige suggestion. And this is often introduced as a bad thing. The person says, you're a loser like your father, you're never going to amount to anything. And that unfortunately sticks. The kid hears, well, all the men in this family are drunk, so that's what you're going to become too. They hear from the coach. This was most of the athletes that I saw, the power lifters. Well, you have a small frame, so you're never going to progress on that bench press. And from a position of authority, what was said stuck. And while we were on the theme earlier of infomercial language, but there's got to be another way. But here's the thing, prestige suggestion can also be a really good thing. The moment someone says to you, hey, you're really good at this, you should study this. The moment where someone says, you're a natural. The moment where someone says, the way you can break down information is exactly why you should be teaching. And that's where the trainings took off for me. So prestige is neither good nor bad. It's the moment where from some level, not any, but from some level of authority, something is said. And here's the thing. When you think about major life transformations, you can often pinpoint a singular moment where, again, everything changed and the person could not go back to the old way. The moment a relationship started, or indeed the moment where it stopped. Yes, it may have been coming over time, but here's the exact moment where it started or it stopped. A moment where, and I'll generalize this for obvious reasons, the moment where someone either finds a faith or loses a faith. When my daughter figured out Santa, there wasn't going back. Nope, sorry.
Figure out Santa.
That Santa's awesome. And if you're a good boy, Richard, you get a lot of toys.
Oh, good.
Yeah, exactly. But then, of course, that became she gets to be Santa for her younger brother now, too. It's like, that's what this means when you figure it out. Oh, cool. Think quickly. What do we do with this? So I bring this up because let's call out the obvious. Every issue our clients would come to see us for, there are people who resolve those issues without one of us. The moment where my grandfather, when he found out I was going full-time in hypnosis, he goes, oh, that makes sense. You got me to quit smoking when you were 4 years old. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, well, you weren't there, but you had said to your dad, his son, I don't want to go to grandpa's house. He smells bad. And because his 4-year-old grandson, Arnold, grew up not even having a grandfather of his own, and now he got to be a grandfather. And the moment he heard that, 2 packs a day, the cigar on the drive home, and the pipe in the evening after dinner, every bit of it was thrown out. And I asked him after, 60 or 20 years later at that point, and he challenged, he goes, not a single challenge, not a single craving. The mind had a more important reason to hold on to, and everything else sorted itself out. So by the way, people, this is what my official definition of hypnosis is about. We are utilizing the hypnotic experience to create, again, this opening where they can't look at the world the way that it was before. And now there's an opening to then give the suggestion. So as you walk out that door, you're no longer speaking to a crowd of strangers. You're speaking to a group of people that you can share this incredible service of yours with. And it's now your ethical, I do a big thing in terms of sales, and that's your ethical responsibility to let them know you're there to help them. And as we change the internal dialogue of that for business owners and public speaking, the whole criteria changes. This is where hypnotic phenomenon plays into all this. This is where I am now a phenomenon-based hypnotic practitioner to create these openings where, again, something happened and it's not the same way that it was before. So I have an internal dialogue that hypnosis is now a process of mutual psychological influence in which hypnotic phenomenon is possible to produce change. And as I run that through my filter, as I run that through my dialogue, it tells me this is how I bring a person to a place where they can't look at the issue the way it was before. That was the thing back there. This is why I lean so heavily on the work that we're doing.